Right, so we've all seen what's been going on in the news lately. Trump's got Maduro, but like the techniques and the extraction that was done, some amazing person has done a breakdown on it, on how it actually went down. So that's what we're going to watch. We're going to find out how it was done. And I just believe that it's a marvel of how today's world is working with military and everything. Let's have a look at this.
How do you capture a high-value target when the whole world is watching? You create a masterclass in deception. The CIA set the stage with a single building as bait and filled the sky with 150 aircraft to create a deafening sonic shield for the helicopters to drop Delta forces. F-35s lit up the perimeter, turning night into day. By the time the dust settled, the helicopters had already touched down and Maduro was gone. We'll also look at how the U.S. uses the F-35 jets and its Navy to launch a large-scale attack, all in the video ahead. In the dead of night that is 2 in the morning, the lights went out in Caracas. By 5 a.m., the president of Venezuela was gone. But how U.S. played in deception games. While the whole world were focused on the aircraft carriers in the Caribbean, a shadow war was being fought on the ground. This wasn't an invasion, it was a surgical extraction. We finally have the declassified timeline of how...
No, this was so well planned out. So well. Everything from the news that was put out there to the placement of the ships to everything. So well planned out nowadays. Like, it makes me wonder if AI had anything to do with it. Because I know humans, like, look, American military, like, oh yeah, yo, they're going to plan everything. But now you mix that with AI and everything, and then you can get the best results. Imagine some of the best military minds is talking to AI, getting the this, that, the other, and everything. And dude, this was so well done. Something that no other administration had put together. Like, if they could do this, like in, well, it was just, people went to sleep. We woke up the next day and it was over.
U.S. forces breached the heart of Caracas and extracted Nicolás Maduro. Let's start with step 1. The setup. This didn't happen overnight. For months, the U.S. had been tightening a naval quarantine around Venezuela. The U.S. Gerald R. Ford Carrier Strike Group and the U.S. Iwo Jima Amphibious Ready Group were parked off the coast. The pretext was clear. The U.S. designated the Venezuelan government a narco-terrorist state, specifically targeting the drugs lords. But while the Navy squeezed the coast, intelligence assets were tracking one man. They waited for a specific window, a moment where Maduro was stationary and vulnerable. Step 2, the strike. It began at exactly 2 in the morning Venezuelan Standard Time. High above, several F-35 stealth fighters punch a hole through the enemy lines, destabilizing their anti-air defenses. Like these Russian S-300 missiles located all over the strategic high-value target. With the skies clear, the path open.
With the skies clear. Now remember what Trump said on the news, right? They had 0 casualties and lost 0 assets. And this is where we're up to so far. They've attacked military bases, they've taken out air defenses, everything, cleared the skies, ready for the extraction to go in. Like, damn.
Opens for Delta Force helicopters to fly straight towards the mission. Here comes the deception as the helicopters flew. The jets started firing with more strikes as it hit Fort Tuna, the main military base and command center, and La Carlova Air Base, destabilizing Venezuelan air support. Reports from the ground describe widespread explosions and a sudden communications blackout. The chaos wasn't the goal, it was the cover. But how did the raid happen? We have to look at step 3. Under the cover of darkness and chaos, the Tier 1 operators went to work. But what is the exact unit tasked with the mission? It is the Delta Force, one of the most elite secretive special forces units in the U.S. military. Witnesses in Caracas reported low-flying aircraft skimming the rooftops, flying well below radar coverage. The team breached a secure compound believed to be a safe house within the massive Fort Tuna complex. Resistance from the Venezuelan Presidential Guard was swift but ultimately futile, as the helicopters lay cover fire. The operators moved with surgical speed, landing on multiple points. But how exactly the capture and extraction happened? For this, let's look at step 4. Specialized helicopters hovered over the objective to insert the assault team. While dozens of attack helicopters laid down suppression fire, the Delta Special Forces descended and started the search for the high-value targets. How did they find him? Simple. The CIA had planted spy inside NicolasMaduro close circle. While back in the US, Delta Force built an exact replica of his safe house rehearsing the raid until they could do it blindfolded. While operators breached the room so fast, his security could not even react to the situation as the sound of flash grenades disoriented the security guard. Using blowtorch, they caught him before he could even lock all the doors. Maduro's shock and awe froze him as Delta Force reached the compound. NicolasMaduro and his wife, Celia Flores, were physically secured. This wasn't a negotiation. They were detained and immediately moved to the extraction point. These aircraft are capable.
Yo, look at all of this so far. Like, I mean, look at the helicopters surrounding this, protecting that. They had the intel to know exactly where to go, what to do. They got there before he even got a chance to lock the doors. Like, I know that, like, America's supposed to be, like, the ultimate force in the world at the minute, right? And everything. But, like, yo, they getting good at this stuff, man. They're getting good at this stuff. Like, I know what World War III, if that ever did happen, then there's going to be some big bombs getting used and things. But this stuff, like, I don't know if anyone can compare to this. I've never seen another country even do anything close to this yet.
Of performing urban extractions from buildings and refueling in midair. Within minutes, they were airborne, leaving Venezuelan airspace and heading to a secure floating staging base in the Caribbean. This Operation Southern Spear has changed the geopolitical map of South America overnight. But wait, before after the extractions, there were reports of F-35 jets also leading the tip of the spear for the attack.
That was impressive. That was impressive. Like, that was thought out months ahead. Think about it. Like, weeks and weeks ago, we heard about them moving the aircraft carriers in and we're doing all this. They knew months ago that this was going to happen. They planned, they waited for the right time, and they did it. Whatever they did it perfectly, because that was in and out and done before everybody even woke up in the morning. Like, that's it. And then now I see a lot of videos online of the people of Venezuela celebrating this fact. Now, I don't know much about this country, but if your people are celebrating, then it's got to be some kind of good thing that's happened for them too. I'm going to follow up on this story. I'm going to educate myself a little bit about it. I'm definitely going to link to the person who made the video because they did a great job. Drop me a subscription, drop me a follow, drop them a follow. I'm trying to post a lot more often as well, so that would really help me out if you stick a comment down there. Peace.